people. Fuck your neighbors. It doesn't matter. The best neighbor is a neighbor that you don't know their name. That's the best kind of neighbor. Fuck the neighbors. Live your life how you gotta live your life. Don't tiptoe around your house. Don't wait to do laundry at a certain time of the day or night. Who gives a fuck? You know, really it's on the fucking construction company or the fucking apartment complex itself for not, you know, putting in proper soundproofing. It's not my fucking problem. It's not. So nothing against my neighbors below me, but I've got shit to get done. So with that being said, welcome to the Page A podcast. I know they do. I know people go through shit. Shit gets hard. We all deal with it. Some worse than others. All our shit looks different. However, I'm sitting here listening to some homeless people speak. I'm being open-minded. I'm being empathetic. But I'm also being real. And I hear this guy say, my wife died 8 years ago. That's why I'm homeless. Damn, bro. You couldn't pivot in 8 years? Your wife died, so you're doomed to homelessness for the rest of your life? For 8 years, you can't... Come on, bro. You see, so that's why... And I'm gonna fully let it out today. I'm not just coming on here spewing shit. I came here with a plan. A calculated, well thought out plan and solution to homelessness in the United States. Now, to some this will sound ridiculous, it will sound unrealistic, unobtainable, whatever. Now it won't ever happen because this country doesn't give a fuck about homeless people. This country doesn't care about how it affects other citizens, people who aren't homeless, people who do contribute to society, who do have jobs, who do pay their taxes, etc., etc., how it affects them as well, because they can't even fucking enjoy certain areas of their city without being fucking harassed, attacked, worse in some cases. So my question is, why do cities like San Francisco, Chicago, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, etc., 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 etc. I mean, it's fucking everywhere and it's spreading. Birmingham, Alabama. It's everywhere. I mean, they spread all over the fucking place. So what I don't understand is, well, I do understand why, because they don't give a shit. Politicians, local, federal, state, it doesn't matter. They don't give a fuck. When things like this really affect you, they would never actually do anything about it until they were forced to. So that's why this will never happen. But I'm going to tell you why it should. And some of this will sound cold. Some of it will sound like I don't have a heart. Whatever. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not saying round up all fucking homeless people and take them to a concentration camp and fucking cook them or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. And actually, if you listen to me, because like I said, this is thought out. If you listen to me, you'll understand that this would actually help them. Legitimately help them. Not hand them fucking Narcan and fucking clean needle supplies and all this fucking shit and methadone and just fucking basically keeping them addicts, which they won't, by the way. That's a whole other video, but maybe we talk about it a little bit in this video as well. Yes, don't get it twisted. The government does want to keep these people on drugs. Why in certain cities like Denver, Portland, why the fuck is there safe injection sites? That's kind of fucked. So instead of trying to address the problem itself, hey, come in this little shack and we'll shoot you up safely. And if we can do that, why not just fucking decriminalize or legalize the drug in the first place? That makes no fucking sense. So you can catch a felony and all this if you get caught with the drug, but there's official sites and places you can go to get shot up with your drugs? That doesn't make much fucking sense to me. And another thing, if you look up on these documentaries, there are certain videos you can see. It's out there, you can do your own research. These safe injection sites are nothing more than fucking trap houses. That's the truth. I seen a video in Denver not too long ago at these safe injection sites. Fucking all it is fucking homeless people hanging out, drug dealers hanging out outside of these fucking, they're just selling drugs, shooting up. Yeah, they got the safe injection site right there inside and they're still shooting up right there outside of it. They're buying fake pills. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, what in the fuck? How bad does it have to get before something effective is actually done? Not some temporary kick the can down the road bullshit. We have to admit homeless people are, well, yes, obviously a problem, but not only that, they are in the fucking way. They're in the fucking way. You can't enjoy most of this country's major cities and great sites without dealing with fucking homeless people and fucking scammers, which sometimes go hand in hand. Seriously, I mean, we can look at plenty of cities. Go to downtown Atlanta, go to downtown Los Angeles, go to downtown Phoenix, go to plenty of these fucking cities, and what once was historic, great areas that were enjoyed by families, tourists, locals, whoever, are now just a bunch of skid rows, just took over by tents and needles. And I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand why do we allow homeless people to ruin the experience of citizens who actually contribute? Why? Why is San Francisco okay with that? I don't get it. So, I'm not saying to kill them. Enough of them are doing that to themselves. So, listen, people, I have a heart. I understand addiction. I understand mental health. I get it. So, it's not that I'm closed-minded. I understand people's situations are harder than others. So whatever, call me fucking privileged, whatever. But this is a plan, an effective plan. So these aren't a bunch of opinions. I'm not fucking hating on homeless people, by the way. They get on my fucking nerves. A lot of them, you know what, fuck this. Actually, I do have a little bit of beef with homeless people. Let's just fucking call it what it is. They're aggressive, they're entitled, and like I said earlier, they're in the fucking way. This goes for plenty of cities. Areas, the nicer areas of certain cities aren't so nice anymore. You know, 2 examples I can give you down here in the South, Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm not even talking about downtown Birmingham. That's been shit for a while. But areas like Hoover, Homewood, fucking plenty of areas. Atlanta, same thing with their suburbs. There's so many suburbs and little outside cities and communities that used to be outside of Atlanta that were the good parts of town. That's where the upper class people went to. Now those are being fucking overtaken. So honestly, it's so easy to branch off of the homelessness subject and topic because it goes hand in hand with so many other fucking subjects. Crime, fucking addiction, it all is fucking connected in ways. So the longer you let this shit just really get out of hand, shit like this doesn't just fucking go away. I mean, you can fucking relocate them to other cities, other parts of the city, other parts of the state, other parts of the country, just like they do with the fucking immigrants, the migrants. They just keep fucking relocating them and these motherfuckers find greyhounds back to other cities. I mean, that's just what the fuck. So, listen, this isn't a political channel, but we're not scared to fucking say things when they need to be said. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not political. Don't pretend to know much about it. Even though I still feel like I know more about it than a lot of you motherfuckers who are actually dedicated and really are into it. That's kind of strange. Anyways, the longer you let shit like this go on, and so my point how I can sort of bring politics, Big Pharma goes into this. Big Pharma has a huge part in homelessness. Are you fucking kidding me? Who do you think this Narcan and these safe injection sites, a lot of this is from big pharmaceutical companies. It's a system. There's also at these safe injection sites, not only is there clean fucking, and let's get this straight, I've dealt with drug use myself, but I've never shot a needle in my arm. Not judging anybody, teach their own. If you like putting fucking IV heroin in your arm, do your thing. So it's not to sound like I'm passing off judgment, I just don't feel like it's something that should be normalized. Can we not set up safe injection sites on the fucking sidewalk like food trucks so people can come shoot their heroin? That's fucking crazy to me that cities like Denver, Portland, San Francisco, etc. have that as an option, but still there's states like Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Nebraska, Iowa, etc. You can go to fucking jail for less than a gram of weed. Is that not fucking nuts? How we're all in the same country, but so different. Almost like we're in different countries in certain parts. It's all fucked. It's all fucking stupid. Anyways, let's get into the homeless island. So, lots of components to this. This is very layered. So I have to be brash. I have to be mean, whatever. I'm not on here trying to offend anybody. I don't give a shit if I do, but I'm coming at you in a way that is just no emotion, purely just what I think is a solution, and this would end homelessness in this country. It would cost billions of dollars. There would have to be too many people that would have to come together and be on the same page for it to ever happen. So not only would it cost billions and billions of dollars, even though billions and billions of dollars are already being spent towards fucking shelters that are fucking, basically most of them are drug dens, shitholes, safe injection sites, whatever the fuck it is, all this stupid shit. So the money is only one problem. It'll never happen also because too many people would have to get on the same page, get in a room and agree. That won't fucking happen. But nonetheless, this is YouTube, so here's how it could happen and how it should happen. So the first thing is you have to acquire the island. I don't know, that can easily be done. Jeffrey Epstein and all these other people go do it to invite teenagers. So we can get a fucking island somewhere. There's plenty of them deserted. It doesn't have to be luxurious, just an island. And it has to be an island, by the way. Has to be an island. Has to be an island. Has to be somewhere completely disconnected, completely far away from the United States. Has to be. So get the island. That's not my problem to figure out, but they can get the fucking island. Clear it out, clear out the fucking forest, whatever, do what you gotta do on that part. Then, okay, so this part here is tricky. I'm not going to lie. This part here is a bit tricky. But yeah, this next point is definitely the most complicated, the trickiest of the process of Project Homeless Island. And listen, I'm not saying that we should round them up like Nazis rounding up Jews or anything like that, but you know, it's probably not going to be too cordial. There probably has to be some force involved. And past that, this would be a months, years-long process. Because listen, people, there's a difference between somebody who's temporarily homeless versus a street bum. A street bum, it doesn't matter what resources, what help you offer them, they don't want it. They would rather infest the sidewalks with used needles, human shit, tents, whatever the fuck it is they find in the trash cans, people's yards, garages throughout the day. Again, I ask, why do we give up downtown? Why do we give up our major cities to bums who usually are aggressive? Why do we allow that? Why are we so desensitized to that? Why is that so normalized? I don't get it. I don't fucking understand it. All the locals know it about their cities. I'm talking about locals of the major cities. It's tourists that learn the hard way usually. So I don't understand. Yes, addiction is real. We get it. But it's like this. If I, a citizen, a guy who's not homeless, a guy who comes from a decent background, if I were to just go into a public place and snort cocaine off a table, I would be charged with a felony, and that would impact my life very negatively. If I were to run up to women and children or whoever happens to cross my path and at the very least yell in their face in a very threatening manner, and at worst, violence, sometimes murder, go do your fucking research. Go look what these homeless people in Austin, Texas have done, are doing, have been doing for years. Go look at what these fucking homeless people in Philadelphia, San Francisco, these people are motherfuckers. And the longer that they're allowed to just roam the streets, do whatever the fuck they want, shoot heroin right out in the open, throw their fucking used needle on the sidewalks for fucking people to walk on, all their fucking bullshit. So it's one thing that I wanted to see. I don't know the exact process of how you do this. I'm not saying that you just grab every single fucking person you see sitting on a sidewalk, throw them in a bus and, ship them off. And, I'm not saying that, but you have to treat it like a citation system. You have to treat it like how ICE is doing with the immigrants. They have to prove that they have residency. And by the way, a lot of these motherfuckers actually do have residency. A lot of these motherfuckers actually do have places they could go. Believe me, firsthand. I've met people in rehabs and places who have openly told me they come from good families, all of that, they just chose to live on the streets. Unless you have been through addiction, you don't fully get it, but they just prefer that life. They prefer that life of no accountability, that survival mindset, all this and that. So all homeless people aren't bad people. So once we round them all up, however we have to do that, we load them up on buses to boats, planes, however. But there's good news. There's good news to all this. There is a happy ending to my plan. Like I said earlier, we're not sending them to a fucking concentration camp. We're not sending them to Alcatraz. This isn't a prison sentence. But what it is getting them the fuck out of the way. If they want to shoot heroin and roll around on the sidewalks and scare upstanding citizens and scare families eating at fucking restaurants, sitting on patios at restaurants who just want to enjoy their fucking lunch, enjoy their brunch, and then they have a fucking homeless man who comes by fucking yelling at their 6-year-old daughter for no reason, and then she's traumatized. Why is that normal? Why is that okay? Why do we just write that off? Oh, you know why? Because homeless people have nothing to offer the government. Find them. They're not going to pay it. Arrest them. They like that. There's drugs in jail, and they have a free bed, free meals, 3 meals a day. Doesn't matter if it's shit, still food. So it's like, there's really nothing you can do about it except for the homeless island. Anyways, so once we get them all there to the homeless island, it has to be a very large property, maybe even have to buy multiple islands. Listen, here's what we do. We build hotel apartment-like facilities, but you have to, even there, you have to earn your way into those. If you want to lay around and shoot heroin, do whatever, because if they're going to do that anyways, why not just ship them off to a deserted island? They can do it there. They don't know where the fuck they're at anyways. Why does it matter? How does it affect them? But the ones who actually want to change their life, do better, the homeless island will have resources. Resources for addiction, mental health, they'll have rehab, psychiatrists, doctors, yada, yada, yada. And guess what? There'll be some temporary employment. They can cut some fucking grass, cut branches, catch fish for food. There's plenty of shit that they can find for them to do for employment. They look at how many fucking employment opportunities they give to prisoners. I mean, they pay prisoners like fucking 30 cents an hour to process your fast food meat, make your fucking tag, license plate that goes on your car. So there's plenty of shit that we can find for homeless people to do. So, or just like parole in prison, the homeless people who make something of themselves and use their time to their benefit, use their time wisely, actually invest in themselves and grow, guess what? There will be phases, there will be levels that you keep phasing up, leveling out, and then when you, fucking graduate, whatever the fuck it is they want to call it, give them a little fucking certificate, whatever, then they can come back to the United States. We'll give them some temporary housing, a fucking temporary job, but you're still on probation. Just like when you get out of prison, you're still on parole. You gotta prove that you're not back to rolling around on the sidewalk, shooting heroin in your arm. This is the only way to solve this problem. It's the only fucking way. It's the only fucking way to truly solve it. Now, it's never gonna happen. Too much money is involved, too much politics, too much bullshit, but it's the only way to get rid, let's say it, get rid of the homeless. Why? We bitch and cry and complain, as we should, about illegal immigrants, migrants being here. We don't fucking want them here. We don't want them around. We don't trust them. They're dangerous. What the fuck I just don't understand it, and I've never understood it. Why we normalize and just accept. It's just almost like homeless. You know how many times I've been in a city, whether it's Dallas, Texas, wherever the fuck, New Orleans, Jesus God, that's a whole separate video. New Orleans is a shithole. I may go to New Orleans one weekend just to do a review of the city. But anyways, you know how many times you go to these cities and you'll just be, whether it's an area that's supposed to be like entertainment district, whatever, the good hangout spots, and then there will just be like homeless people just like roaming around, and then like the locals and shit are just like, they're just not paying attention, they're just like completely normal to them. You're not from this area, and then you're just like, what the fuck? This fucking guy over here is breaking into fucking 6 cars down the street. Fucking homeless people fucking just shooting up right there on the fucking sidewalk. I mean, why is that normalized? I don't fucking understand it, and I never will. And this problem won't go away. It's only going to get worse. Or the worse that the fentanyl problem gets, the drug problem gets, the bigger the homeless problem will get. Absolutely, bro. It goes hand in hand. It goes hand in fucking hand. Stray dogs and cats that just roam around the streets, what happens to them? They get rounded up by the shelter. And I have a heart. I want people to have good lives, be healthy, happy. But when you start impacting and affecting other people who actually are making something of themselves, are contributing to society, are making effort in their lives, why should the city be given and just hand it over to bums who shoot heroin in their arm? Why? And then it turns into, oh, you just gotta avoid that area. Oh, you just gotta stay away from there. Oh, it's okay. It's okay over here. Bullshit. That's only temporary. These motherfuckers always fucking spread. They're like fucking cockroaches. Let's do the same thing with the homeless. Let's do it in a humane way, responsible way. Wow. Like, why are you so against it? People in the comments who are going to treat me like I'm Satan, like I'm some sort of psychopath. Like, why? What's your solution? What? There's plenty of homeless shelters open that these people choose not to go to because they have rules there and they actually have to act like somebody and they can't just shoot fucking heroin whenever they want to. I mean, what the fuck? What is the excuse? What is the defense? What is the argument? We're not talking about the fucking guy who just got divorced and lost his job 2 weeks ago and he's sleeping out of his van fucking temporarily. That's not what the fuck we're talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, travel a little bit more. Travel to just about any fucking major city in the United States. You don't even have to do that. They're fucking in college towns. They're fucking everywhere. They're at red lights. They're at restaurants that you think are supposed to be pretty decent restaurants. I mean, sometimes you'll be in the good part of town and they're the fucking guy with the fucking 8 grocery bags and fucking barely sludging along, looks like he's hanging on for his last breath, starts approaching you, and I don't get why we're so okay with this. Why? It can be sad. It can be sad, but something still has to be done about it. I mean, are you not hearing the part where I'm saying they can earn their way back? So your solution is to give them clean needles and some Narcan and a stay in rehab for a couple weeks? Why? Oh, because that helps Big Pharma. This would actually benefit them. This is what they need. And like I said, there's a process to it. If certain of these people can prove that they have alternative option, a family member who can sign off on them staying with them, whatever. I don't know. Listen, I can't do all this shit. I mean, I came up with the fucking idea and I gave you the bullet points. I gave you the path. I gave you what to do. I did it for free. Just because I love my YouTube audience so much, I just cured homelessness for free. And I did it in a way that was blunt, direct, no bullshit. Stop overcomplicating this shit. Just stop fucking overcomplicating it. Stop building fucking temporary housing and homeless shelters. They don't want to stay in the shelters. And these apartments and shit you give to them, they turn them into drug dens. These people are sick, so let's get them some help. Street addiction is different than, just your good old functioning drug addict. Believe me firsthand, I've had my struggles. But it's a whole different fucking ballgame than when you're on the streets addicted to drugs. It just fucking is. In my worst, darkest days of drug addiction, years ago, I would hang out with fucking homeless people in abandoned train carts. These motherfuckers live and think differently because they have to. And they're not all bad people at all. That's what I'm saying. This would help them. What the fuck? What's helping them now? I don't get it. There's no answer. Like, literally, nobody has a solution. It's not that difficult. This is the way. This is the fucking way. If you had an invasive species of some sort of, I don't know, whatever the fuck it is, whatever it could be, a poisonous snake, a bird, an infected fucking bird, whatever. If a bunch of those came to the United States, what would we do about it? What would we do? We'd eliminate the problem. We would do something about it. So homelessness is one of the biggest problems in this country that really doesn't get discussed. A lot of people are just blind to it. They're ignorant to it, whatever. But so listen, a lot of you can call me a heartless piece of shit, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I've probably talked to and understand homelessness way more than you do anyways. So you can say and feel however you want for your own moral internet bullshit points, whatever the fuck. I'm actually coming up with a solution here. And sometimes real solutions don't sound like lovey-dovey, everything's gonna be okay. It doesn't. It takes real work. It takes really breaking down the problem and calling it for what it is. And I'm telling you for what the fuck it is. I mean, yes, addiction's real. Mental health is real. Crisis is real. Unexpected things in life happen. Tragedies happen. But I also know that people who really want to succeed in life, despite things they've been through, no matter what it takes, no matter the process it takes, no matter the time it takes, you'll do it. You will. You'll fucking figure it out and you'll get it done. Even if that means having to go to a homeless shelter or whatever. So I'm not talking about those types of people. I've already clarified that. Let's just separate those into two separate classes. Let's call them the hard on times homeless. You know, a lot of them, it's just temporary. They'll get back on their feet. Some shit happened. They'll figure it out. We'll call those the bad luck, hard on time homeless. They'll be back. They'll get back on their feet. They'll live out of a car for a few weeks, motel, couch surf, whatever. They'll figure it the fuck out. All right, that's not the homeless we're talking about. That's not what we're. So let's give a name to the people, because they're people. We get it. They're fucking people. They're not some species of freaks, even though they are freaks. Jesus, God, are they freaks? I'll be honest. The ones that I'm discussing, not the bad luck, hard on time homeless, the fucking panhandling, aggressive, entitled motherfuckers who could do more for themselves but don't. And let me tell you about a bunch of these motherfuckers. They're scammers. They have cell phones. They're thieves. Wait till you hear this part, and I know this for a fact. A lot of these motherfucking street sleepers, they have more money and resources than a lot of you motherfuckers working these low wage jobs. Yes, they do. Yes, the fuck they do. They've got scams. They've got systems. They've got... Bro, you think these homeless people, especially the ones that's been out here on the streets for years, you think they're not tied in? You don't think they got their own fucking systems and scams and certain shit that they figured out? Bro, there's homeless people out here with more money than you. I don't give a fuck what they got on. I'm telling you, bro, these motherfuckers are grimy. Entitled too, bro. Entitled as hell. You hand them some change. Man, you gonna give me you got. Well, motherfucker, throw it on the ground then. I didn't have to give you shit, and I shouldn't have, and I don't. I tell these motherfuckers, when I even see them approaching, I don't just start yelling at them, but when I start seeing them actually approaching my personal space, I don't give no chance, no conversation. Nah, bro, nah, I'm cool. Nope. Hey, bro, nah, they don't start no problems with me, I'll start none with them. But I don't hate homeless people. Do I think they can get away with a lot more than they should be able to? Yes. And do I think they know that? Yes. Have I had some bad experiences with homeless people? Yes. Is it hard for me not to get violent with certain homeless people? Yes, it is. And with that being said, look at me still up here trying to come up with a plan and help. So all I want to do is help. So give me my own department in the government. Give me a budget. I'll get this shit figured out. I mean, what the fuck? It is figured out. You know, I'll get some things with the logistics figured out. You know, I need some extra help on that, extra resources, but the fucking groundwork is here. The foundation's here. Honestly, pretty amazing that I'm giving this out on YouTube for free, which you should all be fucking subscribed to, by the way. That's free. I mean, I give out free sports picks. I give out free bets, winning bets, and now I'm giving out the free solution to homelessness for free. What the fuck am I doing? We're gonna make this YouTube thing keep growing and growing. Like I said, I'm a one-man fucking show as of right now. We got some people behind the scenes slowly becoming onto the team, the Pay J team, because People, I don't think you realize unless you do this, and this is why I've been uploading less consistently lately. I've uploaded probably 2 videos in like the last 2 months, month and a half, because shit goes on in my life. I have a life. I'm not a daily fucking vlogger. Now, if I had a team, if I had a whole camera crew, whole editing team, all of that, yes, I would love to set schedule every morning, fucking jump on here and just speak. Just come on here and speak. Yes, that would make it so much easier and help me do better at what I do, which is talk. Sometimes too much, and sometimes too recklessly, and sometimes too directly. But what do you come here for? Isn't that why you come to my channel? You want to hear the truth, don't you? Even if it sounds unhinged, even if it sounds manic, nobody else is gonna lay it out to you like this. Nobody. They want to beat around the bush. People. You can play devil's advocate with anything. Trust me, I do it often. But when it comes to shit like this, serious matters, homelessness was, and has always been a bigger problem and epidemic than COVID, right? Why was it not treated that way? So homelessness is the biggest problem in this country. It is. It's not racism. Homelessness is the biggest problem in this country. And it has been for a while because there's so many components that go with homelessness. If you send all the homeless, all the street sleepers to the island, you know how much drug addiction in this country drops immediately? Do you know how much the statistics and numbers automatically drop in drug use and drug addiction and drug overdoses? Do you know the numbers that would drop from that almost instantly once we have them all out of here? Is that not a fucking solution? Is that not a good thing? But this is fucking fantasy land I'm talking about here. It'll never happen, but it's a real solution. You know, I really shut the fuck. Just a bunch of bullshit. This country fucking sucks, by the way, if you didn't know that. No nationalism here, no patriotism here. Sorry, I mean, whatever. I'm not a sovereign citizen or anything like that. I'm not one of those guys who rides around with fucking, what's that shit on their car? You know what I'm talking about? When you start speaking the truth, they come after you. I'm telling you too much truth. I'm telling you too much fucking truth. Listen, people, I can easily solve. If you give me a budget, if you give me some other assistance, resources, some cabinet members, some people under me, including a coffee boy, but also some people who know what they're doing. Politicians of my choosing. This is legitimate. You can't counter this argument. You can't. Besides the fact that it's unrealistic because of the money and yada yada yada, which I've already said myself. So, but it could happen, but it won't. Anyways, the tenants, if we get rid of them, then the fentanyl problem right there would automatically reduce. But I don't know, the cartel is relentless. There will always be a drug problem in this country, but that's a whole other fucking video. Jesus Christ, I can't solve everything in one fucking episode. But I could solve the homelessness, I could solve the border problem. What other fucking country? Don't name some third world country or something that doesn't fucking matter just to prove a point. What country that actually matters means a fuck? Can I just, no matter how I have to do it, climb a fence, climb a tree, go underground, go sail on a boat, however I have to do it, walk through the desert for miles, whatever. What other country could I do that and just no repercussions? Where? Can I walk into Russia? Can I walk into Mexico? Can I walk into China? What about North Korea? Huh? Can I walk into Italy? Motherfucker, you can't even go into Canada if you have a felony on your record. It don't matter if it was 20 years ago. So what the fuck? Anyways, I'm just ranting tonight. This ain't fucking Bill O'Reilly up here, y'all. I mean, this is a fucking unhinged douchebag who's telling you real shit, though. We're fucked. Anything else to get into before I close out? Yes, another thing we will start doing on this channel is I will be responding to at least 1 or 2 comments, maybe more, some videos be more, responding to your comments left from previous videos. So even if it's hate, which I prefer, but I love my supporters too.